Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Just Open It, the YouTube series in which I open recently acquired toys. My name is Russ. Thank you very much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you're a fellow toy collector or a fan of pop culture in general, please subscribe to my channel, Karaoke Fanboy TV. Every week I open a recently acquired toy or collectible, and today I am opening the last of the Turtles of Grayskull figures I have in my possession at the moment. Donatello, Heroic Turtle at Arms. I loved Man-at-Arms in this line. He was kind of the sleeper hit for me, and I'm excited to see if Donatello matches up. I mean, if you haven't been following this, Masters of the Universe, seminal toy line from the 80s, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, everybody on Earth knows who they are. Comics, cartoons, toys, absolutely dominating in pop culture. Combining these two franchises, Mattel has created this, the Turtles of Grayskull, the premise of which is basically Krang and Shredder, the Turtles' foes, have found their way onto Eternia. They've teamed up with Skeletor, and they're using slime and ooze and all the stuff from the Ninja Turtles and the dark power of Eternia, and they're just kind of changing things. They've like made He-Man evil, and they've combined Faker and Slash, these two evil doppelgangers, each from their own franchise, now together into one figure and stuff. So we have Donatello naturally in Man-at-Arms garb, because they both played similar roles on their respective worlds. Both kind of the weapons masters of the team, the brains of the operation, and so it's super cool to see this in my lifetime. I'm just still blown away that this even exists. Crossing dimensions isn't so bad, not if you're Donatello and strike up a friendship with Man-at-Arms. When these two tech geniuses put their minds together, they create turtle-inspired Eternian armor to combat Krang's mutants. That's the description of this character, and man, it's everything I just said. I mean, it almost went without. I should have just read that. But let's get right into this guy. I believe the mini comic in this figure will be the same that came with the others, and it is very cool. So now I think I have like 4 of these. I might share them with friends that aren't buying action figures, or especially this line of toys, just to kind of, see what they think about the merging of these two mythologies. This comic's pretty cool. So I think, what's his name? Freddie Williams III is the illustrator. The other creators aren't credited. I'd like to know who wrote it. I'd like to ask the letterer some questions. And this is surely the best mini comic that Mattel has come out with in the 21st century. I'm not a big fan of the Origins mini comics, as I have expressed in the past. The art's okay. The characters look good. And the mini comics ultimately do the job of telling a little story to introduce kids to what these characters are capable of. But when you compare them to the original mini comics from the vintage Masters of the Universe line, there's something lacking, and it needn't be. Every He-Man figure now comes with this kind of, at least from the Origins Masters line, comes with this kind of blueprint of interchangeability, the parts that you could take off and assemble your own character. That'd be very interesting with this Turtles of Grayskull line, to see what kind of characters could come out of that reassembly. Getting rid of the trash and diving right in. Let's see how easily he comes out of the package. His hands are tied. Okay. Every time I've taken one of these figures out and wrestled with these little plastic bands, the armor has loosened, and that's mildly annoying. So here we are, Donatello. He looks awesome. Oh, I didn't even notice this in the package. He has a little laser on his gauntlet there, little arm cannon. So that's new. That's cool. A Man-at-Arms like mallet, but what's awesome about this version of it is it's the length of Donatello's bow staff, so it honors the character in that way. Also has this turtle shell design at the top. So I've talked in past videos about this line that what I felt like was lacking was Playmates toys. You know, they made Ninja Turtles. They still make Ninja Turtle toys. Apparently they don't have an exclusive license, but especially not with NECA making Ninja Turtles toys. But Playmates is still making, like, you know, the Rise of the Mutants and stuff, those toys. Mutant Mayhem, I should say. I'm sorry, the Mutant Mayhem toys. And so, in the original, the vintage Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles lines, and I'm pointing back here because there's a whole shelf of them back here. There were so many crazy little details and stuff in those figures. And I feel like Mattel's kind of getting there. They're kind of starting to cut loose with these a little bit. Slacker is a good example of that. And I feel like that's just what's lacking, is a little bit more of that absolute zaniness with these figures. But all in all, the concepts are cool, and I do like them. One of my criticisms now, if I'm going to get nitpicky, is you have all of this, like, He-Man-esque armor on him. They have shell motifs to represent the turtles, but it's all He-Man-esque because it's got the straps and stuff. Some of this stuff is so bulky that I can't manipulate the character's points of articulation very well. And then they get super loose, too. So, like, in this case, look, that laser is just loose. And is there a strap for me to tighten it with? Or do I have to wedge it? I think I have to wedge it into that piece. Mildly frustrating, not a deal breaker. The shells detached because they are also shields. They double as shields. That's a really cool feature. Really smart design there. But here he is, Donatello. And let's see if I can get him to hold the mace with both hands here as if it were the bow staff. I think I can. But again, those gauntlets really kind of prohibit some of the flexibility of this guy. But here he is. Really cool. You can see the details. It's Man-at-Arms through a turtle filter. That's basically what he is. And that this exists is mind-blowing to me. I don't think I'm gonna get over it. Very interesting that he does not have any kind of, I don't know what you would call this part of the armor, but I feel like some of the other figures have, I don't know what to call it. Like when Samurai have a piece that hang here kind of in front of the pelvic area. So to see a turtle with the classic He-Man kind of barbarian underwear, for lack of a better term, kind of that, you know, that garment, loincloth is the word I'm looking for here. You know, you don't have armor there. It's just weird to see a turtle figure with the He-Man belt, the loincloth, going right into the green legs. I mean, so many He-Man characters are like animals, like Clawful is a lobster, Webster is a spider, and so on. Whiplash is like a lizard. So it's not unnatural. It's just odd that when you look up, it's a Ninja Turtle, who we know well for having a shell there. So those are the little things I'm noticing now that I've opened a few of these. And I love this line. I'm not going to lie. I can't wait to see what comes out next. The stop motion stuff that Mattel has put out is pretty cool as well. If you haven't seen any of that, I highly recommend it because it really brings these characters to life and tells the story of these two universes colliding. So check it out. One criticism I have is my Man-at-Arms figure falls a lot. And I think that's just because of the distribution of weight with his armor and his weapon, and I need to just find that right pose. And I'm almost getting that vibe from this Donatello too. Like, this is a heavy mace. He's front heavy. So my Man-at-Arms is falling forward a lot because I have him holding the shield, I have him holding the mace. So I got to find the right bend in the knee, kind of get that squat going so that he is a stable figure on my shelf, not falling over all the time. Very minor complaint here because I think it can be overcome. So again, just another home run for Mattel and the Turtles of Grayskull. Thank you very much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you're a fan of toys, again, please subscribe. You can also follow me on Instagram at AmazingAZComics. I do post more about the comics and toys that I love, but I also post about the comics and zines that I make. I self-publish comics here out of Phoenix, Arizona. I've created my own little superhero universe, and I'd love for you to check that out there. Again, that's AmazingAZComics on Instagram. Until next time, tune in when I grab another unopened toy from here in my living room and I say, you know what? Just open it. I'll catch you next time.